Welcome back for episode 38 of the RADelaide Summit podcast. This week's episode, we cover our hot or not Christmas fun, Q&A with another rider on the Pro Tour, green eggs and ham, an almost broken wang, some epic miles being covered on our bikes in the last couple of weeks, and more. Come along for the ride.
If you're new to the podcast and haven't listened before, each week we scour the Strava leaderboards watching you do your efforts up Norton Summit and discuss them here on the podcast whether you like it or not. There's a chance we might shame you, but we promise not to name you personally. And the odds are high that we'll probably shame ourselves because we're not just as fast as you. Look, at the end of the day, our goal is to encourage and celebrate everyone going up Adelaide's best hill climb, Norton Summit, and reaching their own goals. So, with that, let's introduce ourselves. We are your Summiters, Alex,
Hello.
Wang,
Hey,
Kashi,
Ciao, ciao.
and special guest, Green Eggs and Ham.
G'day.
And of course, I'm Frankie, and a big welcome back, guys, for another episode for this week.
Hell yes. All right, welcome everyone, welcome listeners. Let's just get straight into it.
Yeah.
And see what's been happening around the summit this week. Wang, do you want to kick things off?
Whatever's left of you.
Yeah.
Wang.
Did you get anything good for Christmas?
No.
Saddle
Lip
sore?
service or something?
A couple of saddle sores and some melanomas on my lips. So,
You are looking quite Kardashian-like.
yeah, it's like a barley filler's job gone bad.
I see the butt implants are not the same size.
Turtle square got those.
Oh, sidewinder, sidewinder Wang.
Yeah, no, it's been a big week. Big week last week. Smashed out almost, or just over 1,200k for the week. Nice little 4.56 for the week.
I did enjoy
Strategic.
Strategic.
Have you told the listeners what you're actually aiming to do?
Yeah, on the last episode, if you
Oh, I
listened.
didn't pay attention. Sorry.
39,000 we were trying to get to.
By the way, on this bloody tosser has done like more Ks than most pros in the peloton. I had a look
I
today
said
and
that.
he's like almost doubled me somehow. I was like, I've done like tours of like 800k, like weekly tours, and this guy's just doubled me already.
A lot of your track work doesn't go on Strava though. You've got to
Yeah, a
take that
little
into
bit, but
account.
travel days, but yeah, I mean,
And still can't come close to you.
need a job or something, eh?
I actually have a full-time job. I'm
You
more
wouldn't believe it though.
No, you wouldn't. Last week I'd done more hours on the bike than I did work. So that's the way it should be.
But what day is it of Wang training camp?
12 today.
12.
Yep, 2 days to go.
2 days to go.
And I'm limping to the finish line. And then a recovery week. And
The
then
Wang is limping. I like
Well,
it.
I'm gonna make you pay for it on Chop tomorrow.
Oh, just
damn.
douching himself with
Race
chamois
was-
cream
race was
every
going on.
morning.
they're on, don't worry. So yeah, big week. A couple of days to go. And then we can have a bit of a rest. So, Alex?
Well, I haven't been on Wang training camp every day, but I did rack up 25 hours last week. First
Jesus.
time in a long,
Spicy.
long time. About 800 Ks and 300 of them were on one ride.
Oh
big
my
day.
That
god.
was a huge
Crusty.
day.
It's a big day.
Crusties plus extras.
Nice.
Been to the gym a lot. Tuesday night crits. First time ever almost binned it on the bottom corner because it rained on that hot Tuesday night. Did a bit of Christmas celebrating after Wednesday Echelon, which resulted in some shots, but backed it up again with the Wang 155 the following day.
That was punishment.
Yep. Boxing Day crits, straight line sprints. Somehow got second in that.
Oh, dude, that's amazing.
Okay, look at me.
Can
I'm
you-
pumped.
can you run us
No, you
through?
looked great, actually. I'm not even pissing
Did
in
you
your
see me off
pockets.
the back of the crit though?
Yeah, that's spicy.
So what happened? You just...
I ended up in the final against Franksy.
Oh,
with
really?
Straight line sprint. Yeah.
Nice.
Keystone 1-2.
Keystone 1-2, yeah.
Amazing.
And the third place only came down for the sprints.
Wow.
Yeah, how would you feel?
Yeah. Try again next year, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, it was that was a good day.
Cute. Well, for me, I have done the pro hours of an hour and 22 on the bike this week. I had
hell.
every intention of going up Norton Summit.
In an hour and 22.
No.
It'd take you an hour and
so-
22 at the moment.
No, I rode from where I live, and then I was going up Norton Parade.
McGill.
No,
Norwood?
Norwood
Norwood
Parade.
Parade.
I got to the top where the roundabout is. I was like, nah.
Going home.
Oh no.
And I went straight home. I don't know. My legs hurt. Everything hurt. So I just went
Dude,
home.
Wang and I did a 17 up Norton yesterday and it hurt like hell.
It felt like a 13.
Yeah.
I swear the hardest thing in getting Norton is just getting to Norton. Like the McGill Road up is almost harder than the
Yeah,
climb.
if there's
I
an
swear,
easterly
like,
on
rough
McGill
as-
Road, it's just
yeah.
like absolutely
rough
It's
as
block.
guts. And
Yeah.
like, you always get half wheeled by buddy Sparnan. So. Oh, the Wang.
Yeah. So I wasn't feeling it, and I'm trying to adopt this. Don't push myself.
Ever.
Yes.
Don't think that's going to work out for you.
Or else I'll continue on my burnout phase. So I'm just trying to be a little bit kinder. But I came back from Brisbane today, which was really nice. And yeah, I leave for Olympic Dam in 4 days.
Oh, damn.
I know. Oh, damn. So yeah, that's my life.
Disgusting.
Okay.
I know. Cashy?
Had a couple of days off work this week, which has been good. Did the crusties as well. Many swinging of said genitalia during that ride.
And then gone.
It was evidently aware in Adelaide that people generally don't understand, if you are in a two-person bunch going and you don't have someone beside you, that you just drop to the back.
Yeah.
That's all I say. It was interesting. But
Bunch
it was
etiquette.
Yeah, bunch etiquette.
Sorry, what's
Was
that?
not there.
Yeah. Point proven.
There was lots of people riding by themselves in the middle of the bunch.
Huh?
There's nothing more annoying than that when someone doesn't fill the gap or drop to the back to
Yeah.
even it up.
In fairness, I
Fucking
wanted to just chat with Alex.
He was making a stand. He's like, you go. I'm like, you go. He's
I was
like,
like, I just want to chat with my mate. I'm sorry. There's some times where I'll do the right thing and I'll move up, but like on a ride of that length, I ain't talking to some random. Sorry.
6 hours.
Yeah, no.
Usually when it's like you're in a bunch of 2 lines and there's one person there with no partner next to them, and you got 2 friends talking either side. So then it's the awkward who's filling that gap.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a stalemate,
Scissors,
and I've been in
paper, rock.
long stalemates where we both like almost 30k. And I'm
just not saying
Oh, yeah, I know.
anything.
Yeah, and this guy still doesn't get it. He's still sitting there all day. But I mean,
Literally that. I wish I filmed it, but
I'm pretty sure we had the dude that knocked Real Chamoy's car with his bike up at the bend.
Yeah.
And I was next to him and I did that. I didn't say a single word.
Was he there?
Yeah.
That would have
Just
made
get
some
right.
not
noise.
awkward at all. Hey.
Where do you learn bunch etiquette? Because
In a bunch.
Just
I
Google
haven't
it.
learnt.
Yeah. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
I did a Strava post about bunchy etiquette.
Yeah.
Caused a real big stir amongst Strava community here in
Really?
Adelaide. Post Saturday chop. Jeez, I won't do that again. I'll tell you that.
No, do it. I like it.
But apart from that, what else have I done? Bit of gym. Got a couple of bits of extra equipment. I Christmased myself. Got a new 32 kilo kettlebell.
Ooh.
Got another 100 kilos in weight, so that's good.
Mm.
We're
That's a big
party.
kettlebell.
It actually is.
Did you swing that?
Yeah.
What
Didn't
are we
need approval to
doing?
buy them.
No, mate. It was good. It was good saving. That was a good
Just
time.
when it puts a hole in the wall. Where
No,
did
it
that
was
come
good.
from?
I had my little helper there. We went down to the warehouse and picked it up, and it's good times.
Cute.
Excellent.
Well, green eggs and ham.
Our
Your
special
turn.
guest, what have you been doing this week?
Bit of travel in and out. I've been in Perth for Christmas, which is originally where I'm from, and participated in the unsanctioned Australia's biggest one-day UCI race, which was Boxing Day Puppers for people who don't know, which is a big bunch ride that has a lot of history in Perth, where a lot of the pros come out, and basically it's just a big big
Rip fest.
big cock measure for whoever's got the legs. And no, it's a good ride, and everyone has a good day out, which you're lucky enough to get the win in the end, but the win in a bunch ride. It was crazy though. The culture around this ride is really incredible, and the support that we get on the side of the road for a bunch ride is amazing.
The bunches are wild over there.
Yeah, they are. We had hundreds lining sections of this bunch ride, so yeah, it was a special one, and it should be a big week. I think I've done should get around almost 30 hours this week with that. So
Ooh.
yeah, it could be
You're looking
could be a
way
nice
fresher
one.
than the Wang.
He's been doing it for
He's
about
probably
3
had a
weeks.
recovery day in the last 1400.
The wang looks like a potato that's been left in the pantry for 2 hours.
Oh no, you went there. That is so harsh.
I have to cop it. I've got no comeback for it. Comeback.
It's look, to be fair, it's rare that she's dishing it like that. So you can take the hit sometimes.
And he's like, yep, okay.
Can't. I've got nothing. I'm even too tired to think of a comeback.
You have the little green spots coming up as well.
Oh
The
yeah.
little sprouts are coming out.
Mate, if you've got green spots, there's something fungal going on.
Yeah.
No way.
Better get checked out.
Oh, shit. All right.
All right, well, moving along, we're going to ask you some questions, if that's all right. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what is happening in your life right now, and how do you feel about it?
Ooh, yeah, it's a lot. I just lost my bag from Virgin. The Virgin
Oh
Airlines, shout
my
out. So I flew back from Perth 2 days ago, and they lost my bag. So that's been a big stress, especially when I'm flying out to Europe in about 3 days.
Oh, no. Have you got it yet? Or
Yeah, lucky enough, it came last night, so that's a big relief.
Shout out to Richard Branson.
Yeah.
No, all airlines are trash at the moment. I've
Yeah, it's
had
terrible.
lots of
I don't
issues.
understand it because my bike bag arrived, but not my suitcase. I was like, how does that work? Usually it'd be the other way around, but yeah, so that's been a lovely part. And then, yeah, just preparing to fly to Europe in a couple of days, which I'm not looking forward to. It's a long way. I think that my travel is 35 hours. So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, all the way to Spain where I have a training camp with my team. So that's what's been going on.
That sounds absolutely like a
Sounds
fun
great.
time.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Spain?
I have a training camp with Team DSM, so it's kind of pre-season training camp, which I'll go from there back to Girona, where I'm currently living, and then to Argentina for my first race of the year in January.
That's amazing.
What's the weather in Argentina in January?
I think it's pretty hot, yeah.
Okay,
I think
okay, sweet.
yeah, it should be pretty hot over there, so that'd be nice.
Spain, what's it doing over there?
Español.
Yes, actually, in Calpe, where we run the camp, it's usually
Yeah.
pretty good weather. It's like can be mid-20s to low 20s.
That's
So
where you
for
were.
right now, yeah, it's actually pretty decent.
Is that where you were prior to Christmas?
Yeah,
You and Cal?
fair first camp was there.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So this question that I'm about to ask, I'm going to need to lay some context around it because I'm genuinely interested in your answer, as it's based around choices that I've made in myself, for myself in my own life. This is going to get pretty deep, so I'm going to do
Oh, God.
like a Kellogg's revisit.
Balls deep.
Anyway, so I'll start with some background info, which I think, Kasia, you might also be able to relate to, I reckon.
Okay.
Anyway, so when I was about to leave high school, I had two choices. The first one was to be an average human being, find a job, create financial stability, and do something that isn't, really a passion of mine, but more of a way to make ends meet. The other was to become, like maybe a professional violinist or something like that. And that's why I said you might relate, because you were very...
I'm a professional
No,
violinist.
because you were very into your music, back in the
Yes,
day.
it's true.
So,
Only a little.
that would have meant like, going to like a conservatorium, overseas travel, all the things that I think you're currently doing. Not violining, but traveling and stuff. So for me, I made the decision to be lame and study at uni. And so the reason I made that decision was I was terrified of the risk, the financial instability, the cutthroat industry, and worried that the passion that I had for being a violinist would be sucked out of me due to the pressure, sacrifices, and dedication that would be required to go down that pathway without the guarantee of being successful, right? So my question to you is this. Has your career gone the way that you've expected? Has there been times where you didn't like cycling anymore? And if so, how did you work through that? And what's your backup plan for when you retire? I should have put more commas in that shit, man.
Yeah, you should have.
God damn. That is
question.
deep.
Forgotten the first part of it already.
Really good question though, because I think it's super hard to make that choice, and obviously a sacrifice for moving overseas or even going down one career pathway. I think you have to sacrifice things both sides. So
Did you actively make that choice when you were younger?
yeah, I did have to make a choice. Originally, when I first started cycling, I was doing some other sports. I was really into my rugby union.
Yeah.
And then I basically was doing both. And then I
Yeah.
couldn't really do both when I was younger because I kept getting injured from rugby, and then I'd take me out of cycling, and then little did I know that you could get injured from cycling a lot more than rugby also. So
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I played
Look
a
at his
lot.
face.
Yeah. I played.
I was a
played
winger.
Hooker,
Yeah.
hooker a lot.
Ooh.
Yeah, so in the scrum,
Yeah,
You played that a lot,
Yeah.
Wang, didn't you?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
George Gregan style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gregan. Played fly half like Gregan. And then played a bit of in the backs and stuff. But I think because I was quite broad as a kid, they wanted me in the
scrum,
scrums
in the
and
mauls.
getting amongst it. But
Sorry, what's a scrum?
Where all they hug each other.
yeah,
like,
when you
basically.
basically go like 6 guys and you just run at each other.
That
It's
sounds
Yeah.
fun.
yeah. Ultimate just.
It's pretty hot.
That's like testosterone.com.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they roll the
Gigantic
ball in there.
Test battle. But yeah, I think back to the question. I think I guess I just found my passion in racing and passion in something that I love. For me, I love being able to try win. I love racing, and
So you're competitive.
Yeah,
by
super
nature.
competitive, and basically anything I'll try to do, which can be a bit annoying, I guess. But yeah, I guess I made the call to go into the racing, and just I put all my eggs in one basket for now. Really, like I don't really have too much going on the outside currently. I'm just kind of riding the wave of going from track into the road. It's been quite a wild ride so far. I've just been kind of rolling a snowball effect to where I am.
Yep.
I understand like where you come from about the risk and stuff, but I guess like if you follow your heart, then that's the main thing that if you have the passion about and you want to do. I think like if you wake up every day and you want to do something, then you're gonna want to do it. You're gonna do it.
So you've never lost that passion. Ever?
I've had times where I've dipped like with motivation and stuff. But for me, I drive a lot of passion from winning. Like I'm addicted to that feeling where I throw my hands in the air, and I think for me, like that's what gets me through the hard days of training and stuff. Like I know, like Kel, for example, like, he's a guy who just loves training. Like
he loves
he's
the
incredible.
process. Like
he
you
loves
said.
the process,
Yeah.
and he's super dialed on that, which I respect him like, immensely. But I think I'm a bit wired a bit differently. Like when I'm training, I always have the back of my mind like this is going to help me be able to try win or be able to win. So that kind of motivates me.
Do you still like the process though?
Yeah, I do. Like I liked it more now. I appreciate the process more now from being in Europe and actually realizing what it takes.
Yeah.
Because like I guess I've probably been a big fish little pond in Australia in the last couple of years and NRS and stuff. Now I'm going over there. It's polar opposite. I'm small fish, big pond. But that's kind of like the way I look at it. But yeah, definitely there are times where I've lacked that passion or the motivation through times, and that's when I think I rely on either my teammates or my mates just to bring me back up or remind me of my goals that I've set or my ambitions for the whole year. So yeah, can be hard both ways. Like there's definitely been times on the bike where I've really questioned what I'm doing here, especially in races where I get dropped with 110k to go, for example, and you have to slog it out to get to the time cut by yourself.
There's some grim point ones over there, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. In the rain on cobbles when you're just by yourself and you go, oh, this is really
spicy.
Demoralising.
You don't see the luxuries of that until that. But no, yeah, it's harder to put on paper, but yeah, because it's how you operate and what you want to see in yourself.
Yeah, well, I guess it sounds like you're really invested in winning, right? So, the fact that you're competitive, does it affect your self-worth when you don't win?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit harsh on myself when I don't win, but I think in hindsight, you actually learn a lot more from not winning compared to winning.
100%.
Which is what would you say is a big learning?
I think when you don't win, you learn about what you've done wrong a lot more. When you win, it's clouded by what you've done right.
Yep.
Which can also not be the right way you've done it or the best way that you could have executed that race. Or or the last 3k, 5k, or something. When you lose, I think you can be more critical on yourself and the process that you've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what's driven me is the fact that winning is such an awesome feeling for me. I think being naturally competitive, it can be like a local clubby or a hills race. Racing against against the Wang here. Like even though that I'm not favoured to win or probably not going to win, I still want to give myself the best chance at it.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's a big drive for me.
Yeah, okay. Well, for me, next question is, it seems you're very goal-orientated. You look for the win. So is the next Olympics your main goal, or is your career going to change in a way that you're going to have different goals? Like, would you prefer to be the world champion or, because the next Olympics is when you're 29, I think?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, 28 I think I'll be. But yeah, the Olympics has been a big goal of mine.
Yeah.
I've got a silver and a bronze. I'm missing that top step now, so that would be really the icing on the cake for my track career. I still have like a lot of ambitions for the road at the moment. I think this is my first year successfully on the road, so I've been able to use that as a year to build my career forward and get a taste. So I'd be able to get a win this year. My first year was super exciting and super motivating for me as a sprinter. But yeah, I still would like to. My end goal is to be one of the best road sprinters in the world, and follow in the footsteps of the Aussie sprinters like McEwen and Caleb for sure. So yeah, definitely goals for both, and I think I'm not finished with the track until I probably can stand on that top step. I think.
Okay, I like that.
What would you say so far your greatest achievement on the bike is?
Well, I mean, it's hard to go past the Olympics with the medals, but probably the most memorable achievement would have been like in Commonwealth Games where we broke the world record. We're the first team to go under the 350 barrier. We did a 49, 804. Got it tattooed on me.
You got tattooed on you, yeah.
Where?
On my ankle. Yeah, I got that wrong.
Not his wank.
Yeah, down there.
Inches.
Yeah.
Around.
3.8 inches.
That was actually Kel's greatest achievement on the bike as well. Wasn't
Yeah.
Getting it tattooed.
Yeah. Getting tattooed on his
Having
wank.
3.48 inches.
Yeah. It's crazy at the same.
Cute
But,
swords and stuff.
I think for sure, yeah. And in front of the home crowd and in Australia was magical, and like that's a memory I'll probably never forget on the bike for sure.
What about ride this year? What was your favourite race or favourite?
Oh.
Not necessarily win,
Yeah.
but I remember seeing you in a couple of races, and I'm just wondering. what
Yeah,
was your fave?
I think Turkey was special, my first pro win. And to win as a team, it was the first team's win for the year. So
Yeah.
I was really stoked to get the ball rolling on the team because we hadn't had a win yet. But I also think the one-day race, Skelder Prize, was
I was hoping you'd say that, 'cause that was a
mega
good
race for
race.
me. Like to go in the break, and there was basically the split after 10K, and then 190K chop off with 16 guys to the finish. Was mega, and in treacherous conditions.
It was
filthy cobbles in the finish, and everyone was on their knees. It was like a junior race in the finish. Like everyone was attacking and just had nothing left. So that was also really
To come behind Christoph, that's not so bad.
Yeah, when Christoph went, I was like, damn. Like,
Sorry, who's that?
He's like the hardest man after 260 Ks.
yeah.
Wow.
He's a spicy boy.
Yeah, he's a strong boy. So that was also really special.
Cute.
Yeah, what about the worst day on the bike, I reckon?
Oh, jeez. I've had a few days on the bike where you really question yourself. But I reckon one day was in Tour of Norway. It was a 120K stage, so it was quite short in relative.
Quite short.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And there was a 30K climb. So it's a long climb.
30 kilometers
Yeah. Yeah, it was super long.
That's like an hour and a half.
Yeah. And
Frankie, it's 4 hours.
and we knew that like this is going to be a big day for GC because it's crosswinds over the top and it was like going to be full on. And Ineos had a really stacked team here, right? So we start the first climb and they pin it.
Yeah.
It's strung out. I do 500 for 5. I do
500 for 5.
500 watts.
500 watts for 5 minutes just to hold on. And I'm getting shelled. Like I lasted 10 minutes and bang out. And I was with maybe 3 or 4 guys. And we had to chop off the whole way to the finish. And unfortunately there was no downhill on the top. So it's literally just up and then flat.
Wow, Alex.
That's the sound of my people. And then, that's it. We ended up making time cut by 4 seconds. Like that's how tight it was. And because short stage, it's like I think it was 15% of the winner's time, and we
4
just
seconds.
made it. I think it was like 17 minutes 30, and we did like 70 minutes.
You'd hate
like
to be the guy that
27.
calculates like that
Yeah.
big brain shit. You'd be like,
I was thinking like we had a guy sitting on a Belgian guy. I was like, oh, mate, come on, fuck it, you gotta work here. Like, we're not gonna make it. Like,
If we miss it, it's
yeah,
your
if we
fault.
miss it, like,
He's like, I
you're
don't
not
care.
starting tomorrow. Like, we're all not starting. So like, you got to roll here. And then like, I was doing the math. I was like, this is gonna be pretty close. And then lucky enough, we made it by 4 seconds. And then you go put your bibs on the next day and do the whole thing again. So
Do you have your team car telling you how close you are to cut off during the ride? Or you've got to calculate yourself?
sometimes, but in this race, our team car was well forward
Yeah, okay.
with the front bunch. We
Yeah,
had a few
yeah.
guys in there, but they basically said like, you have to get to the finish within this amount of time or it's done over. So, and also this race was super hard. Like it was super climby. Like we had a stage that was 240K. It was incredibly long, but like a really good tour to help my development as a rider.
Bloody hell.
What is your favourite group set?
I feel like there's only one answer.
There is, but we'll wait for it.
I don't
even want to joke about like a wrong one because it'll get me in trouble if I do that. But for sure, Shimano, like, is smoothest, always consistent. I've had a few ones in the past that I won't name that have caused a lot of problems. Also electrical. So
might have a meme page.
yeah, meme page for them. maybe. But no, yeah, Shimano's just always just the most consistent, smoothest changes, and also super lightweight.
Tends to be the main answer.
Well, thanks for answering those questions. I reckon it's time to skedaddle along.
Yeah?
Yeah?
News from the summit this week?
News from the
What
summit
do you
this
reckon?
week. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. Wednesday morning chop.
Wednesday morning chop, yeah.
I did not attend because I
not attend?
was feeling a little bit shit. And,
Yeah, I was looking for you.
And it was supposedly raining too. So
When I rolled up to
wasn't
the car
raining.
park, no one had attended at that point.
oh, were you there by yourself, solo?
There was only like 12 of us.
So there was a rumor, well, not a rumor because it's actual real life. After the said bunch, there was some pretty fast females out that hit the Norton after the ride, paced along by present company actually, by the Wang and Alex, and we had a PB in the bunch too. So with that, we asked the question: do you want to change your pod name? And their response was, what is my current pod name?
Which is very,
Excuse
very
Disappointing
disappointing.
lack of commitment to the pod.
So I thought she was a potty listener.
I
so
thought
I'm-
she was
maybe,
too.
maybe lately.
I'll do the
Yeah.
dad. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
My opinion changed
Do better.
slightly after hearing.
Yeah, G would know that saying. Do better. Yeah. So anyway, with that, possible lack of dedication to the pod, which basically we said, we're going to go with it. So without further ado, the Queen of the Dash Hounds.
She's going to be.
She's
so
gonna want
pissed.
that.
She's going to want that. But
We need to get another PB.
another PB to come.
Then you can
Another
change
PB.
it if you don't
So
like it.
her name has been changed to Ruby Red Flamingo, if I can actually speak this time.
Ruby Red.
That's a
Ruby
self-appointed
Yep.
nickname
It
too.
is.
First name
That's-
change on the pod.
Yes.
They
First
should
name
listen
change.
more intently.
I
As
actually
someone-
don't think that you can. My personal opinion is you shouldn't be allowed to change your name, but anyway.
You can if you get a PB. That was the rule always. Yeah.
That has been the rule.
Yeah.
So does it
I
change
like
on
it.
every PB then?
Well,
No, no,
only
if you get a
one.
PB, you get the option.
Yeah.
these days,
You
eh?
get the option. Yeah.
I'm nowhere near it.
When I got my PB, I can't change it.
You can't.
The Wang.
I have-
the
it's
the
a-
Wang
it's
is
iconic.
trending.
And
That's
see you
global.
next
That's
Tuesday's been
concreted
taken.
in.
Yeah.
Speaking of PBs, what is your PB?
Norton
Yeah.
was 12:11, I think was my
12:11.
PB up there.
And at what watts?
Yeah, it was 450 watts. Yeah, so yeah, the watt speed time obviously not in my favour, being a big boy.
Can I ask how many kilograms? Kilograms? Kilograms.
Kilograms I weigh
Yeah.
at that time, I'd like to say I would have been maybe 81, 82.
How do we calculate this shit again?
450
What are you trying to calculate?
divided
What
by
What's per kilo?
Kilos per kilo.
So 452 divided by his weight.
81.
5.6.
5.6. Yeah, see, not that impressive. But
Still.
it's all right. It's
still
all
big
right.
watts.
Yeah, that was a good one with the boys. They had me ringed out there.
That's spicy.
So it was in a bunch.
Yeah, I think about like 3 guys. It's with the Van Dam boys. We all racing up there, and I think it was just we actually weren't even going for like a good time. We were just racing
Just
and
chatting.
yeah,
doing
just
450 watts.
getting it out on the stem,
For 12
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, they weren't. I was hanging off a grim life. That was good fun.
Oh, nice work, nice work. All right, let's jump right into it. The main reason why we exist. Let's see who else has been spinning up the summit this week and check out the times for the folks who've been giving us the show. It might be the fast guys, it might be the slower ones. It's going to be everyone in between, but like we said, we will dive into their rides and data a little bit more robustly, and we'll see what has caught Frankie's eyes for a hand-picked time this week. Green Eggs and Ham, take us through the fastest man and woman overall for the week.
So for the fastest man for the week, we have Mr. Consistent with an average of 408 watts.
Oh my god.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid. And his time was 13:53.
Yeah.
So not too bad from him there. It's a solid time. And
Short ride?
yeah, sure, right, 50k. So he's
50K.
gone out with intent and gone out for that. So I respect that completely. And for the top woman, we have newly appointed nickname, Ruby Rose. Ruby Red. What is it again?
Ruby Red Flamingo.
Ruby Red Flamingo.
Previously was Queen of the Dash Hounds.
Previously, and her time was 16:43 with an average of 2:43. 120k ride, so she's sunk a few after it as well.
And
So
she-
nice work.
She was on my wheel, at mine and Alex's wheel for most of that ride, and I think she's still got more in her.
Yeah. What was the heart rate? I think she was 160.
Yeah, 169 BPM. There's clear room there.
She's got
Another 20 BPM in there, I reckon.
Yeah, another 20 seconds, I reckon.
Yeah, not too bad there. Not too bad. And that was under her PB, so nice work there.
What was her previous PB?
It was 16:58, so almost.
Yeah, nice work.
Yeah, not bad there.
Yeah, well done.
Shout out.
Right, what have we got in the men's bracket this week?
Who's going through that?
The men's bracket, we have the
Lawang.
26.
26 minutes.
No, we don't.
No, I did
No,
not.
it's
that.
this
Ah,
15-minute bunch.
Frankie.
Frankie has fucked up the spreadsheet
Thank
again.
you.
One job.
So 15-minute bunch. So coming in with a time of 15 minutes 13 on 160k ride.
Don't you mean 15 minutes and 12 seconds?
Yes, I do.
I can see his lips in the way.
Oh dear. Favourite of mine, this young lad. I do rate this young lad.
He's a good lad.
Yeah, good lad.
Yeah, 149 kilometre at a 15:12, as I was just corrected. 321 watts. He's got a PB of 13:09. Vincent Van Stop. So nice on that one.
Is it new to the pod?
Vince
Yeah,
got a
Vince
little
Is he new to the podcast?
Tuesday crit win a while
Yeah,
ago.
recently.
Yeah,
I
he's-
think 2 or 3 weeks ago he got up there.
Yeah,
It was a nice little win. There was 3 up break, I think, and he was charging all day apparently.
did well in Super
Went
Series
solo,
too.
I think, to the finish.
Cute.
Then we have 1 second behind in a 15:13. Obviously, they were together. I would assume they were. 160k ride. This kid has got a PB of 12:37.
Holy
He-
dooly.
That's fast.
Yeah, he's going to be the
Way
next.
like
That's
40
got to be
What's his name?
that's got to be lightweight, no?
He's going to be the next big thing out of South Australia, I reckon. Just quietly. Goes all right, the young lad. Spaghetti slapper.
Oh,
Speed slapper. Young kid too. Like 12:37 his age. God damn.
Yeah. Still an under 19, I think.
I think so.
Just.
So,
Yeah. Then we have on a 100k ride, 15 minutes 14. No data for this guy. So this is
No data.
no
but
data. So his name is appropriate for having no data and hiding it. We have Mr. P. Enos.
It's actually PNS.
P. Enos. He might be a relation to me, possibly.
Relation to Mr. Anus as well.
Yeah. Then we have at a 15:22 on an 80k ride. This guy's just cruising. I know he's keen to get into the 13-minute bracket because he's been hitting me up to not to motor pace him, but to pace him up there.
Motor
Motor pace. Sorry, Jurian.
Racing again,
Sorry,
Wang. You get
Nah.
flagged.
sorry, man in heels racing or something.
Me and Jurian have buried a hatchet. We're all good. So Fapin Map with a 15:22.
I was very proud when I made up that name because I don't know anything about cycling.
I don't think he
He's
likes
a-
it, to be
he's-
honest with you.
Well, then
Fapin
get a
Map.
Get a
PB.
PB.
We will. I've just got to pace him, and we will.
He's been actually Fat Map. He's been putting in some solid racing actually.
He has.
Put in the
Yeah.
Ks.
He
Yeah.
ran
Third the other night.
ran third to me on Tuesday night last week, and,
then ran second
also
on
ran
Boxing Day.
second on Boxing Day. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
been
I
pressing.
thought
me
he
a
had
lot.
that.
I reckon another maybe 100 meters for sure. He was coming.
And he actually runs second behind our next person. So this guy here is a Norton's regular.
No, I wouldn't say regular. He's only been on
lightweight.
once
Yeah,
before.
lightweight got the win.
This was our
Yeah.
very first episode.
Yeah,
it
that's
was
correct.
the first
Yeah.
name that we ever read out on the
It was a
podcast.
12-0 something, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
and then he realised he never
Yeah.
wanted to be on the podcast ever again and just didn't show up until now.
And we found you.
So he's just cruising up there at a 89-kilometre ride, 15:30. That's like Z2 for him. He's got a
Zone
PB
blue.
of 11:40. So
That's fast.
that's you've got to be good if you go sub 12, I tell you.
Talk it up, mate.
With a
Ouch.
Are you talking about the real Chamoy?
average power of where is he? I hear he's making a real Chamoy is making a comeback on Chop tomorrow.
Ooh,
So average power 357. Mr. Lightweight, welcome back to the pod.
nice work.
Work.
Win too.
Cute.
All right, shall I take us
Great
through the
win.
women?
I think
Frankie, you want
so.
to go through the chicks?
Yep, so Alex is going to do it, and that's
Okay,
from the
cool.
22-minute bunch.
22 minutes. All right, starting off with a 22:04, a 72k day. Nigel No Pants. I like it. 176 watts average at 166 beats per minute. Second place, 22:34, which is only a few seconds off their PB
Yeah,
of 22:15.
1% off their
What is
PB.
this? Kaiser Wilhelm?
Yes.
Wilhelm.
Yes, apparently that's like slang for wang. In
Oh, really?
Some language.
Interesting. Well, only 156 beats per minute, so I reckon
Bit more
room
to
to
give.
move. Yep. 22:40 as part of a 48k day is aggressively undercooked. 167 watts
She's got
average.
plenty more in there.
165 beats per minute. 22:44 61k day is estranged earthworm. 0 data though.
Thanks.
Zero data.
And
Come on.
lastly, our previous co-host's favourite with a 22:46, Eileen Ulick.
That's bad.
173 watts at 158 beats per minute.
Cute. Well, I have one hand picked today because I noticed this person's name because for those who actually listen on a routine basis,
Except
or
Ruby Red
Yeah,
Flamingo.
Yeah.
not Queen of the Dash House.
so on our very, very first episode, we had someone go up the summit in 1 hour and 17 minutes. So we
It happens.
yeah, it
I mean,
I've probably done it.
is that like 2 punnies? And what is
We
that?
did,
That was
we
the
did
no
try and
seat,
go through
yeah.
the data. We couldn't work it out.
no wheels, no seat, no anything.
Didn't
Anyway,
have, didn't have
You
auto
could-
pause.
You could.
Unicycle.
Sure,
Spot
Yes.
you
Did
could
Did
run.
we do that? Did we end up
Nah,
looking
we
into who
didn't.
was running?
No.
No, you didn't.
Can you
That
run
was-
up there and see how
I'll
long
run
it
up
takes?
there. I'll run up there.
It wouldn't take an hour 17.
No,
all right, we're gonna
I
do it
mean,
next
it won't
week.
take 18 minutes though.
35,
No.
40.
You reckon you do it faster than 18 minutes?
No, that's what I mean. It wouldn't.
Oh.
It would take a lot longer.
Hang
than
on,
that.
it's 5 kilometers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At an incline of 5%.
Yeah.
So if
There
you're
we
really
go.
fit, you could do like a 6-minute normal 5k. So maybe add like an extra 30%. So maybe like
30%.
45 minutes.
Sorry,
8
did you
minute
say
Ks.
6 minute?
I do
6
fine.
minute-
6 minute kilometres, you mean?
Yeah,
6
6-minute
minute Ks,
kilometers.
yeah.
I reckon you could do that in 45 minutes. Sorry, my brain went.
Engineers are a little
Yeah.
mind.
We need to get cane corns out.
Anyway, what did they do?
Oh yeah, sorry. So this person, Fast Not Furious, did a 29 minutes and 11 seconds.
Is that a
which
PB?
Yes.
that is not a PB. Their
Oh.
PB is 18:27.
Holy
What?
dooly.
So I don't know what has happened.
What happened on that hour day?
I don't know. Don't
Can
know.
can we reach out to him and find out?
I tried
He
to.
tried.
He doesn't want to come on the pod.
He was definitely furious that day, wasn't he?
He doesn't want to come on the pod.
No, actually, I think the story
have we
was
done
he
to
was
him?
helping his friend.
Yes, he was.
He was. That's
yeah.
what happened. Yeah.
Ah, okay, all right.
So-
Mystery solved.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, good lad.
Good work, friends. It's
Alright.
all about having a good time.
It is.
Is that the real chamois, mate?
Shh. Kashi, what's happening in the week ahead of cycling?
Right, what do we got? We got the Adelaide Hills Country Club going on Sunday the 8th. Actually, before that, we had the Australian Road Champs on the 6th
We do.
of January. So that if you're anywhere near Ballarat,
Bunnyong. Oh,
Where is that?
I reckon I might be.
Is that like near Wallaroo?
no,
It's Victoria.
It's near the zoo.
Country
Frankie.
Victoria.
you do a bit of a left turn in Mount Gambier, and then
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque,
And then you're there.
and then you go. Yeah, Bob's your
Yeah,
uncle.
geography's not mine.
It will be a very hotly contested nationals. There's a lot
Mm.
of pros come back for it, and it should be on TV as well. So if you can't
Yeah,
make
it's
it,
on
get on
SBS.
Get on SBS.
get on the couch and watch
So you're
that.
not doing any
No,
of that.
unfortunately, I have to go back to Europe.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
I
I
would love
would've-
to race. I
would've
mean, like I
probably
said
smoked the
before, the
creek.
race doesn't really suit me, but I always have a crack. Last time I did it, I
Last
think I
year
did,
in the early break, weren't
I
you?
did about 350 watts for the first 3 hours and blew a gasket.
Wait,
I went
a
like
literal
across
gasket?
to the
yeah, went
a
across to
gasket,
the break.
Went across the break,
Enough.
attacked the
Oh.
break with Trekkie Johnson. Who he's a little dark horse, I think, for the rodeo.
I see he's been doing a lot of
Heat stuff.
heat ergo at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Trekkie has.
That shit works.
It does, yeah.
I remember doing a
Well,
heat
it's not too
chamber
much heat in
block,
Canberra.
and like the amount of percentage is wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Anyway, what else have we got? So we've got the AMCCs at the Cookie Club on the Wednesday, the 11th of January. So they're the start of the Wednesday night crits. So that's
Yeah.
the Masters,
The Masters
the Masters
event.
stuff.
Back.
Are we doing that?
How
Aren't we?
old
Yeah,
do you
we
have
are.
to be to
Yeah.
be a master?
30.
30.
What?
Yeah.
I'm around the corner. I'm coming. I'm joining you boys.
Oh my
Come.
god.
Like
I think
it's
we're all
actually.
racing together.
That'd be sick.
No, it's not.
Why not?
I don't want to race with you.
I was like, I don't win anything. I'm like,
I'm looking forward to this. Should be good series.
It'd be good. It'd be good. You just got to get on a fast bike.
A fast
Yeah.
bike. I sold the fast
got
bike.
foil.
Sold the SL7.
Well, you ended up selling it.
It's gone.
Congrats.
Yeah.
And then we've got the track carnival on the Sunday, the 8th of Jan, Mangimbayur
Gambia.
Cycling Club.
I did that as a junior a few times. Good track.
What, back when the Duns was...
ripped.
That was quite. I'll give you that.
Did you have the Kylie Jenner lip fillers then? Or was that only just now?
Only just recent.
No, that was like Queen
Just returned
Elizabeth
from
the
Bali.
First, mate.
It's come touched
When
up
the
obviously.
potato
this
is
week.
planted.
I'm
So
sorry.
we've got
You'll get yours, don't worry.
we've got the return of Tuesday Church at the Norwood Cycling Club.
Yes, Tuesday
With
church.
the 10th of Jan.
City of churches.
That's just, you know what, even if you don't race, just come down for
It's
a
a good
little.
vibe.
It is a vibe, isn't it?
It's
you know,
good.
Tuesday night, get down there.
It's very rare, I think, to be honest, in any sort of little sub-communities that we have just a good vibes and people giving banter out and whatnot. I think it's great. Will you be back for that?
I'm in Olympic Dam.
Oh.
That's a
Sad.
shame.
Anyway. PACC, I believe they're part
What does
of
that stand for, sorry?
Port Adelaide Cycling Club.
Okay.
On the Sunday, the 8th, we've got the Zero Friction TT. Zero Friction is a... anyway, it's a wild ride. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's the outer...
slippery slope.
I know, right? That's the Outer Harbour TT. And then lastly, we've just got the South Coast Cycling Club on Monday and Wednesday. That's the 2nd and 4th of Jan at Edwardstown. And one of those, I believe it's the Monday the 2nd. It's any bike for any woman, which is super cool. So
Yeah, get out and have a go.
if you are if you're a female and you're wanting to get to know riding in general, I think the track is a bloody perfect way. And Jared and the team down there are bloody great too.
No, I swear, I've seen Chafing the Dream out there a fair bit.
Can't even hear anyone do anything. What's he?
Where is that guy?
And he's not a she.
He missed the whole memo, didn't he?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all creatures in between, if you've enjoyed yourselves, why don't you give us a follow through your favourite podcast app or access all our episodes to YouTube as well. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon,
Ding.
and don't forget to tell all your friends and share it with everyone.
We're also over the socials where we'll give you updates, info, and let you know when new episodes are out, along with other podcast news information. And if you want to support the podcast, head to our Buy Me a Coffee page. And if you donate, we'll give you a shout out on the podcast next week.
We would also love your feedback and to know what your thoughts are. So hit us up and let's
Positive
have a chat.
feedback, once again.
Only positive
Constructive
We'll
feedback.
curb the fucking swearing.
Mum. Through to our
22,
Facebook
come on.
or Instagram page. So
Almost
please
2023.
shoot up. So sorry.
Shoot up!
something.
Ranking.
Don't shoot up. Shoot something through to our email.
Where's the EPO?
RADelaide@gmail.com. Please don't shoot up. Anyway, with that, listeners, it is now the end of the year, and we just want to thank you all for the support and feedback that you've provided us over the last 12 months, because this is basically going to be season one.
This is it.
You know, Alex, Josh, and I, we started this podcast at the beginning of the year, not really knowing what was going to happen. I know, and we're still here. I don't know how.
Who would have thought?
We've had, you know, Kashi and Wang join us, which has been really good, and, you know, Kel coming on, and now Green Eggs and Ham, which has been awesome. So it's really nice to see that the cycling community's kind of embraced our bullshit.
We've got some big stuff planned for the new year as
We
well.
do. There's some cool stuff
We
coming up.
have
Stuff.
some really, I'm going to say, exciting stuff on the horizon for season 2 next year. So with that, be seen, be safe, and please have a great New Year's Eve. Or New Year's.
Drink
and New
responsibly.
Year's.
Or unresponsibly.
All right, bye.
Bye.